Hi, everybody. I'm Sydney.
Hi, I'm Zakhar.
We are the co-founders of Public Habit, and we are here today to answer some of your questions from the audience that we've gotten in the last couple days. So we're going to jump right into a few of your questions. We particularly got a lot of questions about what it's like to run a small business during COVID, during quarantine, during a lot of uncertainty. So we'll do our best to jump into those.
COVID-19 has had a huge effect on the business. And I would say, if you think about the whole supply chain and the whole chain that's coming basically starting from the manufacturer to Public Habit and then consumer, I think COVID-19 affected pretty much everyone along that line. Our suppliers, had to shut down for a while and couldn't produce anything. We couldn't basically meet in person and run our business as usual. And then our consumers are trying to evaluate, what they're buying and how they're buying.
But I would say that compared to a lot of the other retailers that we've seen, Zakhar and I have been really well positioned because of our on-demand business model, that we don't carry a lot of inventory. So we've been a lot more flexible and nimble than a lot of other businesses. We haven't been canceling orders with suppliers. We haven't held on to inventory that we're trying to liquidate because we planned our spring and summer assortment a year ago. Like, we don't own anything until our customer orders it. It's a great question. We love this question. And we agree, and we definitely have the data to support that consumers are more and more interested in shopping with their values. They're more concerned about the impact of their purchases on the environment, the social impact, the social justice of the businesses that they support, how much equality and inclusivity is built into a business. I think this period of reflection, along with everything happening across the US and across the world, I think has given most consumers a lot to think about. And people are looking for more meaning from each of their purchases. And I think finally, sustainability in fashion is really coming into the forefront as an important factor in decision making. So we have to make sure that the sustainability movement continues to become a lot more accessible, and that's something we're really committed to, Public Habit.
Like, providing as much value as possible has been something we focused from day one.
Right, which is a good segue to the next question.
That's a good one. I would say the only way we can change anything in our lives, in how we run businesses and how we buy, like literally anything, is through education. So we are focusing on education because we've seen that this industry needs changes, and we feel we can enable those changes, but we need people to see what's happening. We need people to realize that that fashion industry is the second most polluting industry in the world, and that there are a lot of things that could be done to improve it.
Yeah, I mean, we're also trying to change behavior, to your point, which is really hard. And if you think about other industries where we've had to change behavior around food or beauty, right, it's come with a lot of education and learning, and I think fashion is just behind. So we have to play that role, and we're excited to play that role. So we have been very busy thinking about how to sustainably and mindfully grow our assortment this year. We have mostly cashmere and wool in our assortment because of the longevity, because of the factory partners that we found. So we're sticking with our cashmere and wool assortment this year for the most part. We have a couple of really exciting collaborations in the pipeline that we can't announce quite yet, but just know that we're going to have a further expansion to our cashmere and wool pieces. Think very, very versatile pieces to wear day and night and day, all over the place for years to come, as well as we're really excited to be expanding our size offerings in many of our styles, because that's something that you've been asking for, as well as some color extensions to some of our best-selling styles from last year. Couple secrets that we can't quite share yet, but that's what's coming for sure. Our audience wants to know what's one thing that wouldn't be obvious about the other founder that you think we should know. So I guess I'm supposed to answer this about you, and then you're supposed to answer this about me.
That's easy.
Okay, go first then.
Okay. Sydney speaks Mandarin. Who could, imagine that. Imagine that. I mean, there were so many situations when we're talking to suppliers on the ground in China and Asia, right? And then you just switch to their language. I mean, that was...
Yeah, well, I've been considering how to use this platform as another extension of like my language teaching opportunity. Maybe one day if you want intro to Mandarin class, we could do that. One of the things that I love about Zakhar that you may not know is that he sets and writes and plans and tracks goals every single year, which is something that I've never had the discipline or diligence to do, but he genuinely like sits down, hindsights his previous year, wins, misses, things that he wishes he could have achieved. He tracks his travel days. He sets goals for travel. He sets goals personally, professionally, life, fitness, wellness, like you name it. And he sticks to it. It's amazing. Well, we loved chatting to you virtually. We hope that you enjoyed getting to know us a bit better.
Bye.
Talk to you soon. See you soon. Lots of love from the Public Habit team.